Alright, hi guys, and welcome to another video. So today we'll be making this card here, and we'll be using the Roma December Digital Collection disc again, and Adobe Photoshop Elements. So let's get started. So here we have a blank file, and it is 5.5 inches high and 4.25 inches wide. So we'll need to start off with our base color again. So we'll need to go back to the RGB color code PDF file and find the very vanilla color codes. So we need to enter 255, 250 and 226 into this spot here. So 255, 250 and 226. And click OK. So we'll just draw a rectangle again. Alright. So now we're going to start adding the layers. So first off, we're going to add our designer series paper. So we're going to go into components, into backgrounds, into designer series paper, and now into the candle Christmas designer series paper. And we're going to choose this one here. And so I'll just minimize that and drag it over into Photoshop. When it loads. Alright, here it is. So again, we're going to need to crop it down. So we're going to use our cropping tool here and our custom crop. So this time we want our width to be 4 inches and our height to be 5.25 inches. Alright, then we'll just draw a rectangle and click the green tick. Alright, so now we'll go back to our very vanilla piece and we'll drag that designer series piece on top of the very vanilla piece. Alright, again, so we're going to need to resize it. So holding the Alt button, dragging it until it's the appropriate size and centering it on the card. And clicking the green tick. Alright, so the next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to create this piece here, so this very vanilla piece here. So because we've already got our very vanilla colour selected here, we don't need to change the colour at all, so we're just going to draw another rectangle. Now I don't have an exact measurement for this as I just did a random rectangle. So that's about 10.8 centimeters high by 13.97 centimeters wide. So, yep. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our season's greetings on it. Now, when you go into your folder, you'll see that in the stamps and the kind of like Christmas stamps that they're black. So how do we color them? So let's just minimize this and we'll find the season's greetings and we'll put that into Photoshop. So, alright, so at the moment it is black. Now, if I go to select another color, just say this yellow for example, over here it turns grey. So what we need to do, so we can use the RGB color codes, we need to go into image, mode, and RGB color, and that will change it so you can have any color you want. So we're going to go back into RGB color codes and we're going to find the color Cherry Cobbler, which is up here. So we need 140, 30, and 43. So 140, 30, and 33. Where's that right? 43. Just off slightly. And there we have Cherry Cobbler. Now we're going to use our fill tool and we're going to just fill the letters. Now so the letters that are linked will fill all together and the individual ones will just fill individually. Alright, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our very vanilla piece and we're just going to drag this piece onto it. And we're going to need to resize it. So pressing Alt again will help it. So to about that size there, and keeping it inside the designer series piece as well. Oops, just need to move that down. Oh, not that piece. Alright, so I'm just going to lock that very vanilla piece by pressing the padlock up the top there. So now I can select the season's greetings and move it without having to worry about the very vanilla piece moving as well. Alright, so next bit we're going to do is we're going to do this decor here. So we're going to go back into our stamps, and it's in the Candlelight Christmas stamps, and it's this piece here. So we'll just go back into Photoshop and we'll drag that into Photoshop. Now, as you can see, it's up the top corner here and it's the wrong way, so we need to flip it over, but we'll do that in a second. First, we're going to color it, and we're going to make sure our image is in RGB color mode. And the color we're going to use for this is soft suede. So we need 124, 103, and 74. So 124, 103, and 74. That looks about right. Yep. Alright, so now we're going to color it. So again, we're just going to use might need to zoom in here so we know where we're coloring. And we're just going to use a fill tool, and we're just going to fill that in. Alright, there we go. So what we need to do is we'll just go back onto our card, and we'll drag that piece onto the card. And then what we need to do is we need to rotate it. So we're going to, I don't know whether you can see it. Oops, don't want to do that. There's like a little circle. No, you can't see it. Here, there's a little circle, and you need to, I'm just going to lock that very vanilla piece in as well. Not that very vanilla piece, sorry, the Candlelight Christmas piece. Alright, so there's a little circle there, and you just rotate that until it's the opposite way. So it's until it's down that corner there. Alright, and then we'll need to resize it, so pressing Alt and resizing it. And so it fits in that corner there, and it goes, sort of nestles in there, so we just need to resize it just a tad more. Shift it over. So yep, just a little tiny bit more that needs to be resized. Alright, there we go. And now we can make this season's greetings just a tad so it just fits in there like that. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to add the final touch, which is these green dots down here. And they're also found in the Candlelight Christmas, and they're just this dotted line here. And so we'll go back into Photoshop, and we'll drag that onto it, into Photoshop. Alright, and so we need to make sure it's on RGB mode. And now we're going to find the color Old Olive, and we'll put that into the RGB. So 138, 151, and 71. 138, 151, and 71. That looks about right. So now we're just going to color these dots in. Now, how many? You only need to color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, now we'll go back onto our card, and we'll drag that dot piece onto the card, and we'll need to resize it. Lots. Oops. So again, don't worry about the blurriness because that will go away when we press the green tick. And about there looks about right. And I reckon this is just a tad too big, so I'm just going to, yep, that looks about right. So there we have another completed card. So like I said, what you can do is you can put this on, save it as a JPEG, put it on your SD card, take it to your local printing place and get it printed out. Then you can adhere it to a very vanilla paste, so it saves that paper and the money and that. So that's it for today, and I'll see you later. Bye.